Hey everyone, I'm super excited about spring retreat this weekend. You could see behind me there's like boxes and all the supplies. It's full on prep mode this week. So thank you for being patient while I get all the information together and to you. I wanted to put together this video just to kind of walk through really like the first 18 hours, maybe not even 18, first 12 hours of spring retreat. And I say 12 because I have a leaders meeting scheduled Saturday morning. So we'll be able to really kind of cover everything Saturday morning onward. But I know Friday, getting here to the church, getting out to camp, getting everything going, there's a lot of things happening in a pretty quick succession. And so I want to kind of just walk through that. First, by tomorrow evening, I will email each of y'all an info packet. And so in that info packet, there will be a schedule for the weekend, a revised schedule. There's been a few revisions from the one that I sent out to all the parents and students last week. So there'll be a revised schedule in there. There will be cabin rosters where you will be with students. So we have, per our policy at Lakeview, we have 2 adult leaders in every cabin with students. And so basically the way that cabins work at Camp Tejas is there will be one cabin that's devoted to girls, and it's split off into a middle school side and a high school side. So there's like the girls cabin, and then there's the guys cabin, same situation. You got middle school guys on one side, high school guys on the other side. And so there'll be 2 leaders in each of the sides. So in each cabin, there'll be a total of 4 leaders. And so I'll give you, in that info packet will be the cabin roster, what cabin you will be in. And you might be thinking, I don't know where the cabins are. There will also be a map in the info packet. And so you can reference the map. You can see what cabin you're in and just kind of know that that is the setup of the cabins. Also in the info packet will be small group or cabin time questions. So following each session, there will be about 30 minutes tops. I know for like some middle school groups, that might be like, that is so long. There's some flex time, but there's going to be some time for cabin kind of small group conversations coming out of each session. And so I will put all 4 sessions worth of small group questions in the info packet. That way you can look at those ahead of time and have an idea of where we're going with the conversation. Another thing, and we'll talk more about this expanded out on Saturday morning during our leaders meeting, but we are doing something Saturday morning after the morning session and after our cabin time that we're calling the Team Olympics. And basically it's going to be 6 teams, and there's going to be 6 stations, each with different competitions, and there'll be like a rotation. So it'll be about an hour, and we're really kind of playing into the Olympics that just happened. And so it'll be a competition between the teams. And each of the challenges is different. They're not all just physical challenges. There's some like trivia-oriented ones, and kind of created it with everybody in mind. But at the end of that, we'll do like a whole Olympic ceremony, pinning of medals with gold, silver, and bronze. So again, I will give you more information during our leaders meeting Saturday morning, but in the info packet, there will be kind of a Team Olympic rundown. So if you want to familiarize yourself with that ahead of time, that would be great. I want to quickly just walk through check-in, what that looks like. So check-in starts here at Lakeview Friday at 5 p.m. and the buses are leaving at 5:30 p.m. And so I anticipate students, my experience has always been students show up early to check in. So I anticipate them coming right at 5 or a little bit before 5. So when students check in, they will receive a couple things. They will receive a name tag that has what cabin they're going to be in, and on the back side of it will be a schedule printed for the whole weekend. That way they can reference that throughout the weekend. and then they will also receive a bag tag, and that will correspond with what cabin they're in. And so when they arrive, you can be helping students by putting tags, helping them with their name badges and putting their bag tags on. Basically what the bag tag is once we get to Camp Tejas, they have to take their bus or their bag off the bus and leave it right outside the bus, and the Camp Tejas staff will deliver it to the cabin that they're staying in. And so having the bag tags, making sure that they're on the students' bags before they get on the bus is going to be really helpful. Students will have to carry their own bag onto the bus and carry it off the bus, but once they get at Tejas, they can just leave it right outside the bus, and the staff will take it to the cabins. The third thing, it's not necessarily something they're going to get, but we're going to have a stand with a printed sign that has a QR code. Basically, parents need to sign the waiver form. That's all done online. So we're going to have the QR code. I've also sent the link ahead of time, so there have been a number of parents have already completed the waiver form. That being said, we need all the leaders to complete the waiver form as well. So if you haven't had a chance to do that, but you need to have completed that prior to coming to camp. Okay, so once we get to camp, students will take their bags, leave them off the bus. They'll probably be about anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes of flex time before we start session 1. So session 1, basically all of our sessions are going to be in what's called the building called Cunningham. And again, reference the map for this. It's basically at the center of camp. It's like center to, from there, it's an easy walk to the dining facilities, easy walk to all the cabins, easy walk to all the activities. So that is where our sessions are going to be in Cunningham. The first session is just going to follow kind of a pretty basic format as we would typically do as students. So there'll be a high energy game. Then we're going to go into a time of worship and then teaching. And a friend of mine, Nick, is coming down to speak over the weekend. I know he's worked in student ministry for a number of years, and so is always a solid speaker and solid communicator. So I was excited to have him. He's going to be teaching through the course of the weekend. And so that's session 1, just those 3 elements: game, worship, teaching. And then from there, we'll go into cabin time. At cabin time, we will have pizza that we will deliver to each of the cabins. So if students are complaining about being hungry, just let them know, hey, pizza's coming after session. After cabin time, we have like a late night kind of hangout. It's real casual. It's nothing really programmed. Friday is always kind of a bit of a blur just in terms of activity. There's a lot of like between getting to church, driving out to the camp, doing session 1, doing cabin time. There's a lot of moving pieces. And so we intentionally I haven't really programmed anything to happen Friday night. There will be ice cream available by the Camp Tejas staff. There's different activities that they can do, but again, nothing that's programmed. It's just a casual late night hangout. And the plan is to be back in cabins for quiet time and lights out by 11:30. And then in the morning, we at 7:30, we're going to encourage students to do just personal devotion time. I'm probably going to give them a prompt coming out of session 1 Friday night of like, hey, here's what you can be focusing on in the morning during your devotional time. During that time, we are going to be meeting in Cunningham, where we're doing the sessions as leaders, just to go over all the activities of Saturday, primarily focusing on the Team Olympics and doing a run through and walk through on that. So that's kind of leading up in the first 12, probably more 18 hours of camp, from Friday into Saturday morning. Again, super excited about what God is doing. We have, reading over the roster, I think we have 45 students signed up. When you roll in all the leaders and everything, there's going to be 60-ish people there. And so it's just really, it's like incredible to see what God is doing on our first spring retreat. I love that there really isn't a ton of precedence for this, and yet students have they've come and they're signing up and they're excited about it. And so I've been praying that God would just do an incredible work, as we know He will, over the weekend. And I'm coming into this weekend expecting God to move, but not having this set of expectations. In other words, just saying, God, do what you will. We know it's important that we're going to do the important things. We're going to be together in worship. We're going to be in the Word, and we're going to be in community. And so I think those three things, it's just going to be a home run. If you have any questions, please, you have my number. Text me, call me, reach out. I will be sending out the info packet by the end of the day tomorrow, and that will have all that information in there. And yeah, so looking forward to this weekend. We'll see you guys soon.